I never in my life had baby fever until a couple of days ago. I was always just going to be the cool auntie, the one that let you eat pizza and ice cream at 10 o'clock in the morning, or skip school and help you not get in trouble with your parents, or watch movies all night and pretend like you sleep. Like, just the auntie that's there for you, that you want to visit when everything else in your life is going wrong. I never could personally see myself with children. For some reason, I could never envision it. And then a couple of days ago happened. And for once in my life, I saw myself with a little baby girl. And she was so beautiful. And she had like the most amazing hair and like a great smile and eyes. And she looked just like me. And then I thought about what I do, this podcast, my legacy, how I openly talk about mental health and how I openly talk about the struggles I go through, the pain I go through, depression, anxiety. I started thinking about my future and where I wanted to be when it came to entertainment, how once you get to a certain point, people downlook the things that you talk about, how much you share, why you share them, what you're sharing. And then I thought, one day when this podcast becomes my legacy, one day when I'm too old to make these videos and my family looks back on them, I don't want to feel embarrassed. I don't want to be ashamed of who I am or what I shared. I know a lot of times we as creators, we make things in the heat of the moment, and then later on in life we might look back at them and think, why did I do that? Why did I create that? Why did I say that? But I'm not ashamed of my work. I've had somebody ask me before, why do you do your podcast? It's too much. It's too depressing. It's too this. It's too that. And I told them that what I do is nothing more, nothing less than what a rapper or what any other entertainer, or painter, or artist does. I said, just because I don't have a beat or an ad lib or a beginning or ending to what I create, it doesn't make it less worthy. It might be more entertaining because you could sing along to some lyrics and have a fire beat behind it, but my podcast, my words, my life isn't less interesting. It isn't more shameful because I didn't create it by a paintbrush. I want to talk to all the people that might feel ashamed of who they are. For me, my mental health is my most important thing to me. It's the thing that makes me. And there's times where I sometimes am afraid that one day people are going to look back and think I was crazy, or think that something was wrong with me, or see all the bullshit that I ever or will go through. But I'm not ashamed of my depression. I'm not ashamed of the mental illnesses that I go through or that I experience on a daily basis, because that is who I am. I'm not ashamed of the advice that I put out there, or the words that I put out there, because that is who I am. I'm not ashamed of my sexuality. I'm not ashamed of being black. I'm not ashamed of being Christy Archer. And I wanted to make this video for that little girl or little boy that I ever potentially have. That'll look back on this video. Just know that if I am your mother, or if I am your auntie, I might have went through a lot of shit, and I might have thought a lot of things and suffered through some things, but I'm not ashamed of the people that I've helped. that the people that I will help, or of what I've said. I don't want you to be ashamed of how I might portray myself in society or in the community, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. And if you are a person that also struggles with mental health, don't hide or try to get rid of the things that are holding you back. Embrace them. I'm always so afraid of, how am I portraying myself? How will people see me? What will they think? And it's not my problem what someone thinks when they look at me. There's not my problem of what somebody will say about the content I create. My purpose is to make a change and to speak up and to feel good and to feel amazing and to share love and share light and give back. My purpose is to have people struggling with the same things I'm struggling about and have them open up and have them speak and have them scream and shout to the world their problems. My purpose is to make people feel beautiful and seen. And if that's through me talking about my own personal experience and my pain and my trauma and the shit that I go through, then I'll do it 10 times over. And I'll do it again and again and again, because there are times where I look at myself and I think I should stop. I should give up. I should put up the mic and I should never make a video ever again. And then there's always this one person or this thing that comes and says, you saved me, or you're doing a great job and keep going, and I listen to you every day or whatever. And I think about all the critics that I'll have or ever have, and I think about my critic within me, and I say fuck them. Because if I can help the people that I'm helping now with the shit that they're going through, how could I give up? How could I stop? How could I be ashamed of who I am? These people love me for who I am through and through. It's not a facade. It's not a picture. They love the honesty, the love I pour out to them every day. And if you can have that same feeling or that same purpose within your life, I beg of you to chase after that, to crave that. And there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to understand or won't or care to understand, but that's not your problem. That's not your problem. And I want to make this to tell anybody out there that's listening. My work is my work. My life, this podcast, everything that I will and ever will create is my legacy. And I'm not ashamed or afraid of that. I'm not embarrassed of myself. It doesn't bother me that I talk about my depression. It doesn't bother me that I talk about mental illness or sexuality or love or whatever I talk about, because it is me. So many good people, so many great people stop making phenomenal work because they're questioned or they're hated on or they're critiqued or they're bullied into not making the amazing work they're making. And I ask of you, if you're making something, create it. I don't care if it's good or bad, if it's the next masterpiece or not, create it, because that is you. And when I'm gone, this podcast will be left here on this earth with my name on it, along with a whole bunch of other things in my life that I create. Don't be ashamed of the things or who you are. Be you. Be amazing. Stop listening to others. And as long as it's not hurt anybody, just create. Because I never thought about those moments where somebody's going to sit down and just listen to me talk. Regardless if they get something out of it or not, they're going to listen to me talk about whatever I'm talking about. And it feels amazing to know that I'm seen and that I'm heard and that I could potentially help hundreds of thousands out there just because I decided to pick up a mic and speak from the heart and tell you guys how I felt, or tell you what to do in life or how to get through something. I think that's the most powerful thing, is helping somebody. Even when you have everyone around you telling you to stop or making you want to quit, or even if you have yourself self-doubting you, the most powerful thing you can do if you're an artist is keep going. Even through the mental breakdowns, the writer's block, the pain, the tears, keep going. Because one day, everything you create will be all you have. And I know for sure, for damn sure, I'm very proud of everything I ever created. And I hope you are too. Peace.